Then we're going to go for rectangular arc length, which is the way to find the curve with only one equation. And I should probably explain that further. Uh, arc length is, as I just stated, the ability to measure or calculate the length of a curve from x equals a to x equals b. Now, I use rectangular in the sense that the curve can be represented by just one equation. And that's separate than the other two forms of arc lengths, those being polar and parametric, which I'll go over in future videos. But for now, let's just go over the equation, which can be expressed by the integral from a to b of the square root of 1 plus dy over dx squared dx. So it's actually quite simple. Now let's get into the practice problems already. Okay, so this is practice problem 1. We should probably begin by writing down what the equation for arc length is, and let's let a represent arc length in this situation. So a is equal to the integral from a to b, the square root of 1 plus the derivative of the equation squared in respect to x. Okay, so God, this is a pretty awful equation. However, the first thing we must do, or actually the only unknown variable is dy dx. So let's attempt to find dy dx. And we can do that by just simply finding the derivative of y. Now we can employ the product rule, which I made a video on, I believe. So we can say that the derivative of 3x sine x is equal to 3x cosine x plus 3 sine x. Okay, and from here we can just plug that into our equation, and we might as well fill in what a and b are. A is 3, b is 5, and the integrand is 1 plus, in parentheses, 3x cosine x plus 3 sine x squared dx. Now, we could end it here. However, I have the value on hand, and that is 24.440. So the length of the curve y from 3 to 5 is 24.440. Practice problem 2 is a bit messed up. Unfortunately, I cut off the 2 here. Okay, so let's begin again by stating that a is equal to the arc length. The arc length is equal to, the integral from a to b, square root of 1 plus dy dx squared in respect to x. It's a bit of an odd equation, I'll admit, but it's simple to memorize. You'll get the hang of it. Okay, dy dx is equal to the derivative of y, which is equal to x squared ex minus ex 2x over x to the power 4. And we can simplify this a bit by crossing off these x's. Okay, so we have dy dx. All we have to do is plug this into the equation. And I did not say calculate, I just said set up. So it'll be a lot simpler. Okay, and that is it for the video and for this equation. Sorry, this solution. If you have any suggestions, leave them in the comments below. Thank you.